Hello, 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 and welcome to Get Comfortable by Lizana-Prodeaux. I am the voice behind Get Comfortable. Voice is a little scratchy today. I do have some tea by my side, so if you hear me take a sip, please forgive me. And thank you guys for joining me today. Let's jump right into this message. Somebody is on their way back to you. Now, whether you give them access to you or not is solely up to you, but I'm just here delivering a message. Somebody is on their way back to you. You will have contact with this person by the end of this month, and they were probably out of your life for upwards of 3 months. And this was somebody that you were romantically involved with, and out of nowhere, however it happened, you guys were separated. Now, what I can see is that you guys went through a tough time with this individual, that they have a lot of mental and emotional issues that they need to work through. And you took it on and you blamed yourself for a lot of things that didn't have anything to do with you. Some of it did, but a lot of it didn't. And you were heavily confused with how to fix this person. And that's the thing. You were never supposed to fix the person. And there's nothing that you could have done less of or more of to make this person better or make this person change. The issue is you are a person who is very compassionate and very understanding, and but in this situation you took it to the max. You took it way too far, and you tried to be over understanding and overextend yourself, and you ended up feeling very empty, very lost, and very confused, because no matter how much more love you poured into this person, what ended up happening is it just kind of backfired on you. We have a certain kind of spirit and a certain kind of unconditional or pure love. A lot of people can't deal with it. It's almost like you hate them because they don't know what it's like to feel it. Does that make sense? They reject it because they never had it, and it doesn't seem authentic to them because they never had it, and the people that they actually love never gave it to them, and it was always like a struggle or something that they had to do to get it. So for you to come along and try to give that to them in the state that they're in, it didn't work. It didn't work, and they looked at you like a fraud, or how are you to love me? It's almost like imposter syndrome. Also, you've done some growing and you've done some maneuvering and you've changed. And that hurt that you felt has now turned into anger for some of you, where you're like, I don't want to see this person. I don't want to be around them. They don't wish me well in any way, and it doesn't do anything for me to even entertain them. And so when that person tries to come back around, however they decide to get in contact with you, you're going to be very apprehensive and you're not going to want to deal with it. Some of you may even play with them. And when I say that, I mean play with them in the way where you felt they played with you. Of course, I'm always going to tell you not to do that because karma is real. Sometimes walking away is the best thing. But sometimes you also have to teach people, like, I am not to be played with. But in a situation, just don't go into it knowing that this is something that you plan to do, because it's going to be hurtful and that's not what we set out to do. Just move on and be great. But it may not start off that way. It may not start off like, I want to really play with this person. But then when you start to have flashbacks of the things that you experience with them, it's going to make you become angry. And I totally understand that. What else? Also, some of you could have moved on into other relationships. And I just want to let you know that if you have already moved on, even if the person you're with is not who you are going to be with long term, this person is not the person that you're supposed to let back in. The person that's coming back. Okay, let me say that again, because I don't want it to go over your head, and I don't want you to mistake what I'm saying. If you are involved with someone else, even if the person you're involved with gives you pause, you feel like you don't see a great future with that person, and I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying if that is the case, do not think that the person that's coming back is the person you're supposed to be with, because that is not the case for any and everybody who is listening to this. If you have moved on, regardless of what's going on, and this other person comes back, do not think that is a sign for you to leave this other person alone or for you to go back to that person. That's not what this means. You are in a great place. And what typically happens when you're in a great place or a better place than where they left you, that's when the devil gets to moving and they decide to come back. And then they want to present you with who this new person is that they supposedly are. When in reality, they're not really new at all. They're just the same person dressed in different clothing, trying to give you what they thought you may want to get back into your good graces, because they realize wherever they were, it's not as sunny over there. The grass isn't greener. So now they want to come and disrupt your peace after you've given them, after all this time when you had to rebuild and fix and ask yourself all the questions because they haven't been around. And then you had to come to your own conclusions, and however you did that, you moved on. And now they want to come back after you're healed or in the healing process. No. You can do what you want to do, but I'm telling you that that's not the move. For those of you who have not moved on and you're waiting for closure, get your closure if you feel like that's what you need, if it will help. Sometimes closure doesn't help, sometimes it does. But if you feel like it's something you need, go ahead and get it. Be mindful of who you're speaking to, who you're talking to. And understand that this person has a lot of the same qualities that they had before. Yes, they could now look at things a little differently. But the moment that some anger happens, the moment that things don't go their way, you may see that old person resurface. So don't be alarmed. I just don't want for you to get your hopes up if somebody does come back and it's something that you think is an opportunity to change things and that to fix what you guys had, because that's not it. This person was very hurtful. This person was very mean, and they caused you a lot of stress. If this message is not for you, I get it. But specifically who I'm talking to, they know what I'm saying, and they went through a lot with this person. And I'm here to remind you, because sometimes when you love people, you forget what they've done. All right? I love you to the moon and back. But of course, God loves you more. Just use your discernment. Okay? Please take care.